And here we are starting losers finals on Battlefield, Fox Puff. And Dawson kind of just takes all the space, gets an early rest.
Yeah.
Did you notice the smash DI down on that rest? That was really something.
That was, I do not want to die off the top. I want to get this punish as fast as possible.
Yeah, it probably was an artifact of like holding down to come back. But
potentially.
It looked pretty funny.
Yeah. And we'll see. All right, doesn't go for the tech trap up air this time, but Dawson's still just, you know, following up on these up throws onto the side platform. Yeah, really just waiting for Nanami to come in.
Yeah, playing off the side platforms pretty well with these mid percents, which I think is what you want to do, right? Because there's a percent right around now when up air kills, and you can stay away from up smash and get a little bit of percent before your next stock comes on. It's a good way to use the platforms, yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're getting past we're past up throw up air percent at this point, so Nanami's gonna have to get a little bit more of a stray hit to close this out.
I like a little wave dash forward smash from Puff. It's like they want to be a different character, you know?
I can do it. I have a ground game. I just now have this image of somehow Puff is like the Airbud of Melee.
I just, as a Fox player, at like 100%, you basically don't get that up air. It's really hard to hit.
Yeah, that was pretty high percent.
Yeah. And if you're going to get it, it's usually going to be single hit like that. So that was a big pull to stay in the game. Thinking about the game plan overall, Nanami's sort of like faking coming forward or approaching, but there's very little laser action going on. There's very little reason for Dawson to make any moves.
Right.
And so even though Nanami is the one deciding when she's going to make her move, it's really Dawson the one who's making the calls on which mix-ups are being played.
Absolutely.
Right? It's not like what time each mix-up's getting played, but the type of mix-up is being determined by Dawson.
Yeah, all right, good nair, up smash confirmed, but just slightly too low to get the kill there. And Dawson's just going to take his time on the ledge here. Yeah, again, Dawson just understands that he's the one in the advantageous position here and isn't afraid to just play that lead. And we're seeing 3 stocks to 1 here. 75%, getting towards the end of the up throw up air. We'll see if that ends up.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's already kind of hard. A lot of the times, it's like around this percent or around 80 for me is when I start going for the single hit, just because it's like almost easier than both. At least for me, it is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's like a similar timing to like a 50% up air. Probably is. That's probably the real reason why.
Probably, yeah. And one interaction I want to point out, it was a little bit, okay. Nanami taking the stock here. The interaction I wanted to point out, there was a point where they were both playing the grounded game, and Dawson hard called out an up smash from Nanami. So there might be something that we can look out for a little bit more. Didn't get too much of a punish off of it that time, but later on the set, it could be a much bigger issue.
You know, from what I said before, maybe I take it back, because a couple of lasers, and all of a sudden Dawson dash attacks and Nanami in order to hit him out of, hit her out of lasers.
Yeah. All right. Dawson had a little bit of a flub there on the down air, doesn't get the grab off of it, but still, again, yeah. All right, let's see what happens here.
Yeah, close. I mean, honestly, the single hit up airs have been pretty good.
Yeah. I think, yeah, the timing was absolutely perfect. It was just a little bit too much
low.
drift. Yeah. All right, yeah, Dawson ends up closing out game 1 there with the read on the edge guard.
You know, the beginning of the game is really where Dawson got his lead. So I think you're feeling pretty okay heading into game 2, right?
Yeah, seeing what happens here for this counter pick will be interesting. You know, a little bit of extra time being taken, which is fine.
M2K.
F2K, M2K,
earlier said crush, right? So this is probably determining her playstyle, right?
Maybe, yeah. This seems like
it's like a reminder.
This is a trend. It's like, all right, I want to play like Mewtwo King's Fox.
And is.
Yeah. Yep, and Dawson, you know, appropriately doing the Hungry Box, the wave dash down.
Do you have a favorite? I talked about this with Chris a bunch. Do you have a favorite Puff costume?
Puff. Oh, I love the flower.
The flower? Your flower person. That's a rare one.
I love the red flower. Yeah, I know Limecat gets super mad at me when I say that for some reason.
It's probably the most uncommon choice, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't see why. It's a flower. What's not to like about flowers?
Nanami laughing about the power shields. The second up smash is the one that connects, and we're back to even again.
Yeah, only 7% difference here. Yeah, just completely running away lasers. Dawson, you know, the H-box style here of mitigating the laser damage with the crouch and the power shielding doing pretty good, but, you know, still taking a decent amount of percent here. All right, yeah, chasing down with that dash attack.
Man, Dawson really floating up pretty high, right? I think this is the point when Dawson starts going... No, you know what? Dawson's just good now. I was thinking back to my old days versus Dawson. Dawson would like get in the mode where he started going high instead of short hopping, doing like multiple jumps to try to catch you jumping up and trying to counter or something. And then, you know, you could like run under and you have some kind of option for them, an up tilt or an up air or something like that.
Yeah.
But Dawson just good. And as soon as I had that thought, decided to do low back air instead. So Dawson come a long way since back when I was able to beat him.
Yeah.
You know, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Dawson ranked 71 on the MPGR right now, or SSBM rank, sorry, RIP. Yeah, you know, come a long way. And, you know, Dawson come a long way in the macro game plan. Not too much changing in the macro game plan on this stage, though. Still a lot of lasers running away.
Yeah.
And Dawson chasing.
And I mean, I feel like it's at this point where if I wasn't wearing an M2K tag, I'd forget that that's what I was trying to do. You know what I mean? We've reached that point like 2.5 minutes in where you're like, I'll just play.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
Like, not too many things have happened now for a one game plan to be working, right? But sticking to it.
Nope, just staying with it.
Yeah. And getting a lot of really good percent off of this stock as well. Yeah, Dawson can't really go for up throw rest anymore. We saw that SCI down. Yeah, jab up smash will take game 2.
Hey, the M2K Fox worked.
Let's see if the M2K Fox stays around or if we see Crush come back. Or
It's like a summon spirit from Beyblade.
She really is just letting it rip.
Yeah, changed her Baybit to M2K, which is a good matchup versus Bofa.
Oh, man. Man, I haven't played Beyblade in so long.
Yeah, Beyblade itself, you know, whatever. The anime, I kind of liked it.
I used to get up at like 6 a.m. to watch that anime.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, they did not put that on at human hours.
Yeah, you're a little younger than me. That makes sense. It was mainstream back in my day.
Yeah, I think it had been
sold all the
relegated to
toys.
Toonami at that point for me.
I remember when the magnetic arenas were new. Yep, it's still M2K Fox. It's still here.
Yeah, still M2K Fox, still, yeah,
Yeah, that Nair I kind of like. It's surprisingly safe. Catching Dawson's landing from the side plat. It's not a place where if you're Puff, you expect a Fox to be attacking with that sort of timing, but a direct short hop Nair from the side plat. And there's a similar Nair again. Able to catch the back of Dawson's shield multiple times after they land.
Yeah, not getting the confirms. There was a missed up smash confirm a little bit earlier in the stock, but still, yeah, not getting counter hit, not giving Dawson a chance to really get an open up of his own.
Yeah, it seems pretty important because there's a chance that's a weak aerial to up smash, right, which can be a kill. It hasn't worked out that way so far, but it certainly could.
Yeah, good ledge dash up smash there to take the first stock on Nanami's end.
Yeah, catches Dawson out of shield.
Yeah, Dawson just like a little bit slow on some of these things. Like that drill just barely missed the buffered roll. You know, this runaway playstyle is really really hard to overcome as Buff, it looks like.
I mean, Dawson playing it confidently, not overextending too much, which is the worst thing you can do as Puff. But the thing is, you like, against other characters, a single laser that's 2 or 3% is like 1 to 2% of your total stock, right? But against Puff, it's like
more. Yeah,
it's a lot more.
It's a solid like 3 or 4%.
Yeah, a lot of the times it is. So it really matters.
More reflective of the actual damage it deals.
Oh, it's going to be a rest. It is.
This should trade, though, if she can get charge on it.
Not quite enough,
Not enough
right?
charge, though.
Yeah, close.
Yeah, because 69% is where it starts to kill on no charge, so...
Do you think up air is a better move there? I guess not, because you don't want to up throw up air.
Yeah, I don't know if...
All right, the question has to be asked. Do we have a ledge grab limit?
We probably do.
It's probably 60?
It's probably 60, which means it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the reason that it matters a little bit isn't because they're going to hit it.
Ooh, up air arrest there.
Nice.
Stock trade, but that's a huge lead.
It's not that the limit will actually make the difference in the match. It's just that if you keep threatening, they can't keep doing it indefinitely. That's the only reason it matters.
Absolutely, yeah. I was about to say, I've from the online tournament days, I've had to deal with a few of those cases, and 60 is a lot of ledge grabs. You know,
it's a lot.
It's a lot of ledge grabs.
It's like most of the game. Yeah.
And a lot of the rule sets also have it to where you have to go to time for it to even fly.
That's what I assume it would be.
Yeah. All right, okay, doesn't quite get the strong hit up smash. Not sure if it would have killed even so.
Almost gets the next one, too.
Okay.
It's very rare you get a gimp opportunity on Puff, but we waited with bated breath as they had one.
All right, there we go. Back air, a little bit bad.
Hey,
DI.
this is the swing game. If you can steal the counter pick advantage back as Nanami, right? That's pretty huge.
Absolutely. But this looks like it's going to be a little rough here. Yeah, Dawson gets the momentum.
Big conversion from Dawson.
Yeah.
Leads to an edge guard. Yep.
Yeah, and it was looking a little bit rough. I think at one point it was like 4 stocks to 2 with Fox in the lead. So you know that's a good win for the mental.
To stadium we go.
All right. Yeah,
covering a space in front of Dawson because Dawson was fighting in previous games so much for center stage.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed, I feel like Dawson starts out a lot of his games with a very similar style to the way Hungrybox starts out his games. Not necessarily, you know, immediately getting into the battle, but showing that, like, hey, I'm just going to keep this position.
Yeah, well, I think a big part of a lot of successful Puffs, if you're not going to play the, like, aggressive Puff, quote-unquote, style, is you have to be able to react to the way your opponent's playing, right? So getting that initial information of what they're thinking for the game is pretty important.
Absolutely.
I like the shine.
Yeah. So just to note that first stock ended with a pretty nice single hit sharking up air from Nanami.
There's been quite a few of them this set. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Dawson not quite ready for that random side B.
One thing I've noticed, we've gotten quite a few shine knockdowns throughout, but they haven't converted into very much, right? Which is a big difference.
Right as you say that.
Yep. There you go. Hey, it's important.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Dawson up a game, but down 2 stocks in this one, so it's over. All right, we're getting into the higher percents here. Stray back airs are probably going to start sending off stage, but that up tilt, getting a decent amount there.
Ooh, you know, that maybe could have been a reverse fair follow-up, too, but you don't really expect to hit it like that.
Yeah, I think that's like Moki follows that up with a back air, but I don't think any other player does.
Sorry, I'm having an enjoyable time listening to the rest of the audience. We should just have an open mic.
Honestly, yeah, crowd mic would go crazy. Although it would also be picking up the bowling and the hardcore show.
That's true.
Which would actually reflect this tournament pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. I like the circle jump away. Tries to get Dawson out of shield with the bear, but Dawson doesn't bite. Eventually, it whittles it down long enough to get the poke for the kill.
Yeah, so 4 stocks to 1 right now. Dawson doesn't clean up that edge guard. Gets 30% already, so... All right, yeah, huge mountain to overcome here on Dawson's end. And yeah, Nanami just taking advantage of that, doing the laser runaway style, embodying Mewtwo King.
Oh, a lot of jabs. There are many jabs. It's like boxing.
That's the part where...
Decides to stop jabbing.
Yeah, if that was Captain Falcon and none, everyone would be losing their minds right now. But all right, 2 stocks. And Dawson firmly staying by the ledge and side platforms, not letting any free conversions happen. Stuffing out, didn't quite get the grab in time, but crazy sharking up air.
Yeah, Dawson, I think, hoping for a back throw into early edge guard. Yeah, not able to get a huge
Dawson
punish.
just, okay, that trade of, yeah, Fox can get back here. All right, so Dawson not completely out of it yet, but, you know, very hard here. One catch on a drift away with a bear or something could kill here at this point.
Yep, there it is.
Speaking of.
And we're to game 5.
We do have a game 5 situation on our hands.
Is it going to be FOD or is it going to be Battlefield?
I don't. Dawson can't go back to Battlefield because he won game 1.
I mean, you go there anyway. You let it go, right? You let it go. You let it go.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what the Mewtwo King persona can do here. Not as much room to run around. A little bit, some odd platform heights can mess up the lasering as well. Oh man. All right. Yeah. A lot more just full hopping in the corner from Nami here.
Up air,
down
huge down tilt.
Yeah. Great extension there. Tries to get the sharking up air to kill afterwards. Doesn't quite get it.
Wow, drill into grab, ends up getting a single hit 2. Clean conversions is not something you always see versus Puff, but it's been the difference maker here on Fountain.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's difficult to stay with that, like, the M2K sort of style. It's hard to emulate that on Fountain the same way that she was on FD or something, right?
Absolutely.
So instead having this, like, big conversion style, reminiscent more of, like, a, I don't know, Leffen Cody sort of thing, right?
Yeah,
Where you're going for those tactical kills, as opposed to get them up to a bunch, very high percent with lasers and then go for the kill.
Yeah, and having the recognition to like hit that second, or hit the up air in a way that does the single hit and everything as well. It's just extra great recognition.
That was one of those where it might have just been the wrong aerial, because I think Bear would have been perfectly spaced, but Nair actually whiffs and ends up getting her killed.
Yeah, all right. I think we're at up smash kill percent at this point.
Oh, and you know, if we're to just wait on the ground, could have gotten it off of the pound. Yeah, certainly up smash will do it, yeah.
All right, single hit trades with Puff's Nair right there. Not going to get it.
Got stuffed earlier.
Yeah.
Trying to slowly work into the corner.
Dawson having to play a very, very precise game plan here, you know, trying to stuff out by facing backwards, but also, you know, not being able to get the grab by facing backwards.
Falling up. You see the little fist pump?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's motivation here.
Yeah, it was a prayer and a fist bump from Nanami, who's up on Dawson right now. Honestly, this is probably a pretty huge win, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, even though it's sort of, you know, like a regional, like weekly local type thing, you know, you take every win you can get, and being able to beat a player like Dawson shows, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Dawson's got a certain level of consistency now too, right? And, you know, there is the curse, right? Nanami has the pride of salami.
Oh, yes.
As you know.
The cryptid reapproach.
It resurfaces again.
All right, yeah. Dawson trying to go in a little bit here.
Okay, yeah, unfortunately, the grab, a little bit misspaced. Maybe jab actually pops them up.
All right, edge guard situation here. Dawson reading the ledge, even things up
Back to even here in Game 5.
Yeah, but 52% here, you know, if you're Dawson, you obviously want to be reducing as much as you can, because you're pretty close to you know, the kill confirm percent.
Waiting underneath Dawson. Dawson, you know, putting out those forward airs just so that it's more difficult to hit with one of those aerials. And up air is not available. Dawson's staying in a space where a dash up air will run into a fair before it does anything.
Absolutely. That up smash
not
just
a kill yet.
Barely not killing.
Yeah. Okay, actually retreats. Not feeling anymore. I'm actually, from the play, feeling a little shaky, a little nervous maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look, got the ice skates. Got the ice skates out.
Mm-hmm. And this is the part where, you know, this is where the top 100 players get their bread and butter.
Yeah, even Game 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even slightly behind.
All right, yeah. Dawson mixing up between these, like, high runaway, like, back airs, and then...
A full come forward nair.
Yeah, and DI in on the... All right, this should...
Oh, that could have been
Dawson
edge guard could have been done already, but does clean it up. Dawson takes the lead.
All right, last
in the 9th
stock.
hour. The 11th hour is the same.
Yeah.
We're back to even.
Down smash.
Losers finals, Game 5, last stock.
All right, time to clutch God.
The audience is calling a rest. Yeah.
All right.
So we'll see if they're correct.
All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, Dawson's still just like controlling this like upper corner space with the back airs and fairs.
Yeah, and you know Nanami's used the wave dash down a couple times, finding the exact position she wants to be. Oh, that's a big up tilt.
Right.
To reach about halfway through the percentage that's needed for them to die.
Yep. Yeah. Is that no jump?
Oh, the next fair is going to do it.
That's no jump. That's it.
A close set. Dawson ends up barely winning.